as long as I'm around, Sephora ain't ever going out of business, y'all, because I see it, I like it, I want it, I bought it, it's here in my house, and I'm gonna film a video about it. So I recently placed an order of 3 or 4 things that really caught my eye, so I want to demo those for you today. And then I have a couple other things just to spruce this video up that I got in PR, and I'll tell you what's what here that I'm excited about, that I wanted to test anyways, that's available at Sephora, with the exception of one thing, but you don't care, we'll talk about it. So I have like the Kosas blushes, the new Ilia lip crayon, Kosas lip liner. I have new eyeshadow, RMS Beauty. That's not at Sephora, but they've launched a bronzer. You'll see why I'm so excited about it. We have the Tilbury fragrances. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's what we'll cover today. So let's get started. I actually wanted to start with eyeshadow first. I know so many of you guys miss my eyeshadow videos. I mostly cover mainstream market stuff, and the mainstream market is just not producing the eyeshadows. I'm sick of blushes. I mean, I'm not sick of blushes. I love the blushes, but like, it's a lot of blushes. I only have 2 cheeks. But yeah, if you want an exciting life that is swimming in eyeshadow palettes, go to the indie makeup market. They are killing it. I just don't have the capacity to film about everything that launches. But Kaja just launched one of my favorite eyeshadows in new shades, and I am into them. So if you've watched my channel for a while now, for years, I've told you how much I love the Eye Bento Bouncy eyeshadow trios. I think they are the best quality shadows. I can't believe it. It's 3 shades for $26. So portable. Fantastic for travel. They are made in Korea, but they have pigment. Because you know how sometimes the Korean formula, not saying they're not good, but they just, you know, they just don't have pigment. That's not the style, the trends over there. But the Kaja does. So the 2 new shades that they launched, there's Cold Brew, oh Lord, Ice Banner. Could I look it up? Yes, but this isn't even the one I want to use. But we have this one. I'll swatch it for you. But there's this really pretty glittery shade, a shimmery shade, and these are all so high quality, and then a nice dark color. This foiled shade, she's a bit chunky, I don't know about it. The matte is buttery smooth, but I love these shadows. These are so great when you don't know what look to create, they tell you. And the packaging is just the cutest. I highly recommend these. But the one that they launched recently that I'm like, literally, they launched a taro bubble tea. So not only is it purple, not only do I love this eyeshadow formula, but I also love a taro bubble tea. And if you want the best taro bubble tea, Kung Fu Tea taro bubble tea, they have the best taro in the world. At least that I've tried, okay? And where I live, we got a lot of bubble teas, lots of chains, lots of individual family-owned bubble tea restaurants that I've been to. For me, the best taro is always at Kung Fu. Anyway, so nothing short of obsessed with this one, so I'm definitely going to put this on my eyes today. I don't care if it doesn't match my dress, but I'm not liking the way that that foiled shadow feels. So that's this one right here. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. So on my eyes for base, I just blended a little bit of the concealer that I had on over just to clean it up, brighten it up, and then I do have some of Milani eyeshadow primer. So to start, I'm going to do a really light layer of the matte shade. So this was given to me in PR, but I would have bought this otherwise because I love these shadows so much. And you guys know it doesn't matter if I get it in PR or not. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad, and I will tell you. But look how good this blends. It's very pigmented, but it's so buttery and easy to use. They sell like all matte ones as well if you like the formula of these. You know, $26 for 3 shades. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I just love how compact they are. This will serve as just a little bit of a shadow base. It's not really about the depth that you get with this. And then we'll go to the regular shimmer formula. I'm just going to keep this on the outer part of the eyes. This is kind of like a gray purple, and it's really smooth, as you can see, and it's quite reflective, all things considered. It's almost got a matte base with shimmers in it. It's quite a lot of shimmers, and I don't really get fallout from this formula, which is lovely. I was kind of hoping, you know, with this that they would have like a more true taro colored matte shade. The one that they have has some depth to it, which is nice. But anyways, let's see this one. I'm worried because it could potentially be the prettiest shadow, but it also, with how chunky it feels, I don't know. This one is definitely a finger shadow. It needs a finger. Yeah. She does look a little thick and chunky on the eye. I did have to work it out, but it looks gorgeous. I will be honest with you though, I don't love this formula for this particular shade. It looks really pretty, but it's not giving, it's too sticky. So unfortunately, these do not live up to the way that I've hyped this formula up. A little disappointed because I was so excited for the taro, but it's looking chunky on my eyelid. Boo! Yeah, I wouldn't go for the 2 new shades because I don't like that top formula and you only get 3 shades. But don't let this deter you. The rest of these are really good, I promise. But the new shades, I'm not that into. Sad face, cry face. Reapplying the shimmer on the outer part of the lid just to bring that back. Then I'm taking an angled brush in the darkest matte. And I'm going to stamp this on my lash line. And we'll use this as liner today. The biggest hack in the world, if you're bad at eyeliner, is just use eyeshadow. It's so much easier. And a softer liner look is in anyways, and that's what you get. Wait, are you guys in as close as possible? No. Now you can really look at the textures. If you have mature eyelids, this is a no. If you do want the best one though, that I think anybody would love, Chocolate Dahlia is my all-time favorite color in this line. The formulas are spectacular in that one. That color is so neutral and pretty. And the shimmer in there is like foiled, but not chunky and sticky like this. Then I'll carry a little bit of this on the lower lash line, just really subtly, just to give us some depth down here. Well, that wasn't a very good start. Started off on a disappointment. But the show must go on. Let me pop on some lashes. Okay, I desperately need to get some bronzer on my face. So, RMS just-ish launched a ReDimension Hydra bronzer. Now, RMS is an X brand at Sephora, so you can't get this at Sephora, but they do sell it at JCPenney Beauty now, which I thought was interesting. This is so exciting because the blush version of this had me going crazy over it. It was a very popular blush. I'm so surprised that they aren't in Sephora any longer, but pretty big deal that they launched a bronzer version. So we're gonna see how glowy it is, even though it's a powder. It's $35. This was sent to me in PR. I don't know that I would have picked this up because it's not at Sephora, so I probably would have missed the launch. I wouldn't have seen this. But now knowing that they had a bronzer, I would have definitely picked it up had I not received this in PR, if I had found out. You know, if it was at Sephora, definitely, because I always be looking at the just arrived at Sephora page. So let's see, this one hopefully isn't too light on me. So this one is neutral for medium skin tones. Look at that. This has kind of like a baked gelée formula. It's gel, so you don't get much kickback from this, and it's really thin on the skin. There is a little bit of glow here. They also sent a 60B brush, which I think is going to be perfect to apply this. $35 for a bronzer is a little cray-cray. Yeah, so they describe it as a gel to powder bronzer. I love it when I say something and then I look at the website and I was like, I was right. My senses got it. There are only 4 shades. Light as air gel. Builds golden sun-kissed glow. Okay. Let's see about that. As you can see, since it is that gel formula, not much kickback here. Laying so thin on the skin. Not too pigmented, which is nice if you're heavy-handed like myself, because sometimes with a powder bronzer, they're almost too loosely packed, so I get so much on my brush that I get an unblendable spot on my face. This looks seamless with the application. Just kind of patting this on. That's really pretty. Very natural looking. There is a soft glow to it, but not one that's emphasizing any texture, because I know as you get older, there's some texture around the outskirts of your face even, and sometimes glowy products will emphasize that. I don't notice this one doing that while still maintaining a little bit of a glow. What do we think? That's very, very pretty. It's a nice change from all like the liquid and cream products that are launching right now. I always have loved a cream bronzer and blush, but people sleep on powder. They really do. There is a beauty in powder makeup as well. It lasts longer typically. It holds up better in the heat. Oily skin, I mean, I think it's less heavy on oily skin as well. So really sheer coverage here. It is a little bit buildable, but not to the point of full opacity. So do expect this to give a little bit less. I notice it's a lot less pigmented than the blush formulation. Very pretty formula. I like this. Happy about that. Okay, so this next product is the product that like made me want to do this video, because I really wanted to talk about the new Kosas Blush is Life Baked Talc-Free Dimensional and Brightening Blush. I have been waiting for this for months and months and months, because this product got leaked so long ago. Then we forgot about it, but not me. I remembered. I've been waiting. And it was a big deal when these were leaked, because at the time, their dimensional bronzer, which was in similar packaging to this and was known for its pretty glow that it gave the skin, was super viral. So it took a while, but they are here. I picked up 2 shades. They're $29 each. They have this beautiful marbling on them, and it has squalane, hyaluronic acid, healthy flush of color. So I wore these yesterday, so I already have my opinion on these. Side note, I just got distracted. The RMS made in Italy. That explains the beautiful gelée glowy formula. Where are these Kosas made in? I just love to see where they source them from. Also, Italy. Love to see it. I just think Italy creates some of the best beauty products. So the 2 shades I picked up, Euphoria, which is more of a mauve-y pink. Can you see a little bit of that glow on my finger? It has a glow, but it's not like glowy, if that makes sense. Like, it's not one that's going to emphasize texture. The glitter you're seeing is from the eyeshadow, not from the blush. So it's not flat, it's like more so satin. And then I also got Bliss, which is a warm peachy pink. And again, a formula that is not cream right now in the blush realm. Very, very unique. Like, not a lot of powder blushes are launching right now. So let me put on Euphoria first for you. That's the one I would do with this look normally. Just wiped off my brush. So there's a little bit of kickback, but nothing crazy. So I did a little TikTok review on this, or short review on this if you want. It's a buildable formulation, so I just went pretty soft, and this is the color that it gave me. Remember, blush is always the first to go, so it is okay to go a little ham with it. But you guys, I wore this yesterday with the, I don't know if this had anything to do with it, but just in case it did, with the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. This blush lasted all day, the same opacity that I applied it with. So I think this blush has fantastic opacity. It's definitely buildable. And with the glow underneath from the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, I didn't need a highlight. It wasn't too glowy. It wasn't glowy to a point that I looked sweaty, oily, or like emphasizing texture by any means, but it was the prettiest glow from within. So those 2 products together give a natural glow from within. So I have the Rose Ink foundation underneath. It's definitely more flat looking today, but this blush has the prettiest natural satin finish in a way that doesn't emphasize texture. Do you guys see that? I think this is a stunning finish. A powder blush is a powder blush. There's only so many ways to describe it, to formulate it, but I really do like this. This gives a plump look to the cheek despite it being powder, because sometimes only a cream can give that plump look. I feel like I'm getting it from this Kosas. Needless to say, I am really enjoying this formula. Let's do Bliss next. This one is more of that peachy pink, and they do look different on the cheeks. I feel like in my short it was hard to tell, but in front of my studio lights today, I can really tell the difference between the 2 colors. So we're just gonna have 2 different blushes on today. Yeah, so with that tinted moisturizer yesterday, I definitely didn't need a highlight, but I feel like I could go for one with more of a flat base like I have on today. But this is so pretty. It's not a blush topper glow by any means. Like, this is a product that can be worn on its own. But I love that juicy look. Oh, I love these. They're so easy to use. They're buildable. These are most definitely a hit. I'm liking these a lot. So these were the reason I decided to sit down and film. So I wanted to put these on camera for you guys, but it's got the longevity, it's got the buildability, it's got the blendability. I have no complaints, and it has that trendy glow to the cheek, but it's not the unflattering one. My problem with all the glowy products right now that are so trendy, they're not really flattering. Can I be honest here? Like, why is nobody saying that? I mean, I like it, but if you got textured skin, like, you don't realize it when you are using glowy products all the time. Like me, I'm using all the new trendy products, so I'm used to the glow that the products give me. And then I'll switch over to something a little bit more flat, a little bit more natural, and I'm like, whoa, my pores are gone. I'm used to seeing them with all these glowy products, so it needed to be said. Anyways, glow will go out. It's all a trend. I also picked up another new product from Kosas, one of their contouring lip liners. It has hyaluronic acid. I blindly picked a shade online, Epic, a soft caramel brown. So let's see. I also want to see if these set down. $22, honestly, nowadays, not a bad price. It is a lip liner though. And then one side has a brush. We love that. And then you pull out the brush and there's a little sharpener. But it is a twisty uppy. I'm going to swatch this right here. Ooh, very creamy. Beautiful color, by the way. We'll see if that sets down. Ooh, it is creamy, but it's not overly creamy to the point where you lose control. That's a good neutral color. A little bit warm for today's look, but this with a nice gloss, and then you have time to blend it if you want. I like that. Let's see, I'm just gonna do a little bit. Has it set down? No? We'll give it a little bit longer. I didn't give it long enough, but I like it when I use a pencil and then it dries down, and when I go like that, it doesn't move. Normally that means it's longer lasting. That is something I prefer in a lip liner, but I really like the consistency of this. So, and then the last makeup product that I wanted to share with you guys is Ilia's newest product now. Lip crayons, it seems, are coming back, question mark. Pat McGrath just announced she's also launching a lip crayon. If you have small lips like me, lip crayons are where it's at. I got a comment the other day where somebody was like, I am missing the Bobbi Brown art sticks. And I was like, yes, I loved those. They had the prettiest colors. So this is thinner than the Bobbi Brown art stick, but I'm excited about a lip crayon nonetheless. And I used this yesterday, wore it yesterday. It has really great longevity. So it's $26, but these are going to be creamier than a lip liner, thicker than a lip liner, but more lip pencil-y than a lipstick, and it's going to be thinner than a lipstick. You catch my drift here? Though they didn't come with, no sharpener in here, and this is an odd shape. I'm sure I have something that this would fit, but I don't think everybody would, especially if you have a smaller collection than I do, which is about everybody. So, I don't like that, but here's the color. It's creamy enough. This is like the consistency that I would expect from a lip crayon. It's a matte finish. It is a little bit drying, but that does give it longevity, so let me show you. Oh, gosh. I love this color too. Just for like an everyday lip. But yeah, if you have small lips, products like this are the best to apply. And then you just fill it in. So yeah, I mean, if you have dry lips, this is not going to do your dry lips any favors. It does look a little bit dry on me, but it's not too dry to the point where I don't like it. It's definitely creamier than a traditional lip liner. And when I wore this yesterday, it had really good longevity. It wore down gracefully. It didn't smudge. It doesn't set down by any means, but I was just very happy with the longevity that this gave me yesterday, considering it is a cream. Love the application, and it is so small to put in the purse. I'm a fan of this. I highly recommend this. So let's see if the lip liner from Kosas is set down yet. Okay, it's set down a little bit. It's not as tough of a set as like the Charlotte Tilbury and Pat McGrath. Those don't go anywhere. So it stays a little bit creamy, but that was better. And then obviously the Ilia. It's not going to set down either. So that's it for makeup. I do have one more thing that I want to talk about. Just want to curl my lashes and zhuzh myself a little bit. Okay, guys, so I got a PR package that I'm very excited about. For the Charlotte Tilbury fragrance line, they sent over all of the new fragrance, like little samples that I can try. I gotta be honest with you though, I haven't tried all of these, but I smelled a couple in the store and I was like, now that doesn't mean they're bad. It just, I always say this, like I have the fragrance palette of a child. I like to smell like cotton candy. I like it really, really sweet, fruity, vanilla-y. That's my jam. I want to smell like a cupcake kind of situation. So I know a lot of you guys like more mature fragrances. So I am going to show you my review on these. But from what I've been able to smell so far, it's not my jam. But that's just me. So I'm going to show you a little short that I filmed. Because I haven't filmed all of these yet, but I'm going to film it after. So here's my thoughts on all the fragrances. Let's see what I think of all of the new Charlotte Tilbury fragrances. First up, more sex. A little bit masculine. As a girl who likes to smell like cupcakes, not for me. Love Frequency. Not cupcakey enough for me, but it's a fresh floral. Joyphoria. Wait, I kind of like this one. The best one so far. Calm Bliss. Remember, I like cupcakes. I don't think any of these are meant to smell like cupcakes. Magic Energy. I knew none of these were gourmand. Okay, second place I'll put this in. Cosmic Power. I don't think I've ever smelled anything like this, but this one's a top 3 for sure. Might be number 1. I do enjoy the packaging of these. Fellow gourmand girlies, not the launch for us, but Charlotte Tilbury. If you come out with some gourmands, some vanillas, some cupcakes, count me in. And there we have it. That's all the new from Sephora recently that I picked up and I wanted to share with you guys. Unfortunately, one of the items that I was the most excited about ended up being the most disappointment. This is the only product in this video where I'm like, about. I mean, I love the look of it on my eyes. It's such a pretty color, but it's not worth the money. But don't be fooled. These are great, just not the new formula that they have. The bronzer was nice. I don't think the bronzer is like anything to go crazy over. There's so many good bronzers out there, but it was nice. Love the blushes though. I didn't think at this point there could be a powder blush that could excite me and be a little bit more new and interesting, but I feel like they did it with this formula. That's hard to do with a powder blush because there's only so many ways to come out with a powder blush. They did a good job. The lip liner's fine, and then I'm really liking the lip sketch crayon from Ilia. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If there's anything new at Sephora that you want me to check out, comment down below. I do have my calendar set for the new House Labs gloss bombs, and then I'll do like a viral blush video because, oh my gosh, we are bombarded with blushes, are we not? So, yeah, that's it. I'll see you later at Sephora. Bye!